Heath Hughes.
What's up, Heath?
What's up?
How we doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Awesome.
We're great. How's are you feeling coming off overcoming a broken finger and helping BYU win some huge matches?
Fingers don't matter for a setter, right?
It doesn't matter. I'm feeling fresh. I'm ready to go. Happy to be back. It's great to be back on the court.
You were finally cleared fully because you could serve against Ohio State.
Yes.
You missed 6 matches. You served in 2, and then last week you were back. How'd the pinky feel? And you played with it taped to your ring finger, right? Which is probably a little gnarly.
I'm playing with it taped. It's a little weird to set. I'm getting used to it, but it feels normal. It's not as strong as it used to be, so if I go up for a joust, I can feel it a little bit there. But other than that, I told the coaches just like treat me like I'm normal. I'm fine. Yeah.
So performance-wise, other than that unique joust situation at the end, you feel 100%.
Just don't think about it. It's not hurt.
And you have 3 screws in there.
Yes.
That's wild. What happened with it, and then how hard was it to kind of sit out those almost 2 months worth of games?
Yeah, so it was just a normal day of practice, and I was going up to block in a blocking drill, and the ball just hit it perfectly right on top of the pinky, and it broke the lower digit, kind of like shattered it. Thoughts were that we could just kind of power through it, but it needed surgery to speed up recovery, so we did that. And I mean, it was not ideal sitting out for 6 matches, especially the start of conference in your last season. But it is what it is. You have to stay level and keep going.
Checked out 1 month because you played 2 a week.
Yeah.
And then, but 2 of those were Grand Canyon, where you played.
Yeah.
How hard was that to not be able to play in those matches?
It was pretty difficult. I mean, they did well. We played well against them too, but
I feel like if you're playing Heath, though, you split.
Yeah. You won.
Yeah, ideally, yeah. But it was nice to be there and like see everyone be back in the old stomping grounds. But I want to play them 100% again.
In the MPSF tournament?
If that's how it matches up, absolutely.
If there's a 2-3 scenario, that could be in the semis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we know.
I'm mentally circling this right now. Come on.
In a couple of weeks.
Let's go. Heath Hughes is with us on BYU Sports Nation. What has changed for this team from the beginning of the season to now, where here you are, number 7 in the country? You've won 10 at home and lost none. Like, it feels like something has clicked. So what is that? What's working right now for BYU volleyball, and what has helped you kind of turn the page to success?
You know, they always say it's like by the end of the season you want to be at your peak, and I think we're on this upward trend, and we're trending at the right point. I think it's the same exact team as last year. We just all have to prove something this year. It's my last year. I want to prove something before I go, and I'm done, and they want to prove that last year was not them. And I think we're trending the right way.
Yeah, 6 more wins than last year already, which has been awesome. And it's a really young group. Your primary pins, Capona's a junior, but like if it's Luke and Trent and Mix, those guys are freshmen or sophomores. Yeah. And here you are, the seasoned vet with like old man Mitchell Worthington, right? What's it like to kind of lead this group into what you hope is a very awesome finish to the season?
I mean, oftentimes I don't even realize that they're that young. Like, they play like they're 5th-year seniors. They act like they are veterans of the game, and I love it because, honestly, we lead ourselves. Like, we're all kind of in it together. There's not one person that's like our chief. We're just running it together, and I think it's because we mesh so well together. That's why we're doing so well. At
some point, did you cease to feel like the new guy? Because as a setter, you're inherently a leader. Absolutely. But also, it's kind of your 1 year here, right, as a grad transfer?
Absolutely. Like, especially as a setter, I have to come in and figure out how to set all these, 12 guys. Yeah. They all have different sets, figure out as fast as I can while making them like me and want to play next to me. So it was pretty, it was a job the first month I was here, but I kind of like stepped into the role comfortably, and I'm good now. It's awesome. It's easy.
It's been fun to watch. Yeah.
Let's stay along that line of questioning. How have you evolved as a player, and how have you changed now that you've been at BYU compared to the product that you were, which was a great one at Grand Canyon?
Yeah. I think it was definitely like a humbling experience, like leaving somewhere and going somewhere new. You have to kind of step out of whatever you built and rebuild. And I think it made me a better player because I had to adapt and change, and I have to set a different offense. It's different than what we wanted to do at GCU, and it like pushed me out of my comfort zone. Yeah.
How would you describe your journey? Because you're from Florida, but you went to GCU in Arizona, and you played beach on the collegiate national team. In fact, in September you went to Brazil, and now you find yourself at BYU, one of the biggest programs in men's volleyball. What's that been like for you?
I would have never thought that I would have ended up here. I mean, I always thought of BYU volleyball as just like this big top 3 powerhouse in the country, and I am definitely used to warm weather. I will say that. With playing beach, Florida, Arizona, it's so cool. Like, I would have never thought that I'd be here.
How would you explain the Smith Fieldhouse as a guy that is now, for the first year, now playing in front of a home crowd at the Smith Fieldhouse?
You played BYU like a million times, too, on the other side.
Right, but on the other side.
Yes.
But as a home, as a
Yes.
member of the home team.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Like, it's a privilege to be able to play in front of 4,000 plus every single match. Like, nobody in the country, maybe one other school gets to do that.
Right.
And you're lucky. I'm so lucky to play in front of that fan.
It's fun. Every time we show up for a match, it's like, this is going to be a fun night. Like, no matter who the opponent is, no matter the situation. But when you have a 10-0 record and you're in 3rd place, and in comes USC, who sure has struggled, but they are talented. What is BYU in for this weekend against the Trojans?
It's going to be a dogfight. I mean, they're a good team. USC is always a good team. They get a lot of top recruits, well-rounded players. So, I mean, if we don't come out with intensity from the start, they'll jump on us. But being 10-0, I don't feel any pressure because we're just going to go out and do what we always do and play our game. And that comes with good results.
Heath Hughes is with us on BYU Sports Nation. What's next for you in your volleyball career following BYU? Like, is this something you still want to pursue, or is it on to different aspects of life?
So, I mean, the original plan was to keep playing volleyball, whether that's beach volleyball or indoor volleyball, but I stopped by a career fair here at BYU and got hooked up for a really, like, a dream job that I want to do in healthcare administration through BYU. So the offer was too good to not kind of entertain it, so I'm going to go that route first. A lot of athletes kind of go pro and then wait till they get a job, but I got the job first, and we can go pro after. But
So you have a job waiting for you?
I do have a job waiting for me in May.
Awesome.
Outstanding.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's the point of college. This
It
just
is.
in. Is to get a job after, which is awesome. Well, that's sweet. How would you sort of summarize your experience being at BYU this year with this team, and kind of what's left for you guys? Because you have 4 matches left, and then the MPSF tournament. And hey, if you do well there, the NCAA tournament perhaps.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I've just summarized my experience here. It's just, I wish I would have been here the past 4 years. Like, it's been awesome.
Hey, so do we.
And for what's to come, I mean, we're just going to give it our best, and we're going to get the result that the input that we put in is the result we're going to get out. So we're just going to keep giving our best and hope for the best.
And the banks have to stay above the eyes, right?
The banks have to stay above the
Yeah, I feel like preseason they were a little long, and
no
you were
more
like
mullet.
shaking them out. No more mullet. Yeah. What is Mix? What are Mix and Luke doing with their hair, by the way? They're interesting cuts.
We don't really ask. We just, nobody asked me when I had a mullet. So we kind of just do what you want to do.
Mix got interest. Luke looks like he just woke up, but those dudes can ball. You know what I mean? Which is awesome.
To each their own with hair.
To each their own. Yeah, Steve's had the same haircut since 1992, so it's all good, man.
Heath, great to have you on the show.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on your
Thanks for having me.
success. So glad that you're healthy and feeling good. And good luck against USC tonight and through the weekend.
Thank you.